very first thing before you start with here is you're going to put this on finger tight, so it butts up, but the plate can move, right? Slide it all the way down to the bottom of the slots, and you'll see why later. I'm going to assemble the GTiR with the VVL head water system. Now, if you do it this way, it'll save you a lot of time, be a lot easier. First thing you're going to do is push the silicone the whole way on, so it butts up against here. You're going to put rubber grease all over these O-rings. Now, the second O-ring is probably not going to see much water, because the first O-ring should stop it, but it is on there just in case you have a score inside this ball and it leaks past the first one. So first up, we're going to put this in here. So it is quite tight. You want to gently wiggle it in until it butts up hard. So there's the first O-ring in, and there's the second one. Now you want to make sure butt it up hard against this before you put that bolt in. This bolt is only there as a retainer to stop this coming out. So you only really need to just nip it up, right? It's got a shake-proof washer on it. Next thing you're gonna do is move on to the water outlet on the head. This has an O-ring underneath it and two M6 socket head cap screws. Make sure the O-ring stays in the groove. Do them up. I like to do this one up with the ball end first. Right, get your spanner you have ready and just nip that one up. And then it'll lever over and you tighten up the other. That's solid, won't leak. The two gold bolts, right, go in here. You want to put them in so that it's nice and loose. It's important that you put this on at the very start. Now, you've got this assembly. This can't go on until you put the hose on here and nip it up. So we're going to put this hose on. Get your spanner. Alright, so that's tight. This is slipped all the way up, that's tight, this is nipped up, and this is obviously sealed in there. So this assembly is in its correct position. Now, you want to assemble this onto your thermostat housing first, okay? Makes it a lot easier. You can do it on the bench. So put your glue around there and you bolt this in and make sure it's all tight. Sit this gently in there, thread the dash 10 on. This will avoid any cross threading that may happen in the process of trying to get that thread started, because this is such a tight assembly. You want to get your two bolts that hold your thermostat housing on, slide them in. You're threading them in so this stays straight. Alright, now this is a bit of a prick to do, this bit, but you want this to stay straight, these to be threaded down until they stop. You don't need to do them up tight with your Allen key just yet, or your spanner, whatever bolts you've got here. But you just want to make sure this pipe is nice and strong. Now, get this lined up. Get your fingers under here, pull the silicone. once it gets started, it's fine, like any silicone joint. There. Now we're just going to pull that until it's lined up. Right. Now this can still move, obviously, because these are loose, which is good, because we're going to get our small M6 socket head cap screw. We're going to pull this down and thread it in. Now, you want to tighten up this bolt, so this is tight and they're tight, before you tighten up these ones. And then tighten these ones. Okay, now get your 1/2 inch spanner or 13, knit these ones up, because they have now floated to wherever feels comfortable on your engine, because everyone's engine will be marginally different with these holes lining up. Printer just made a weird noise. Okay. Now you can get your spanner, get that hose up. You've got a small clamp and a big clamp. It's pretty self-explanatory. Small clamp around the small hose, 7mm. Try and put that close to the bead. So it squeezes in around the bead. Now, that assembly is good to go. Push lock hose, sealed there, sealed here, sealed here, sealed there, sealed in behind here. Your sensor port goes in here and your heater goes off there. Heater off here, turbo water there, and then the fitting on the other side of the block to the other side of the turbo. And you're good to go.